English, the language that all of the globe uses nowadays, or the most common language that everyone uses. Where did we get it from, and why is it so complicated to understand? These are some of the topics that I'm going to be talking about today in my informative speech. So let's begin. So the first thing we have is the origin of English. Origin of English is going to be dated from 5,000 years ago, and it's going to be from the Proto-Indo-European. This is the language that European or English started as. This language was symbols, it had taps, it had all different issues with the language that made it kind of, complicated. And then you got the next step up, which is going to be your Indo-European. And the Indo-European is going to be more of the speech that we have today. It's going to be more of your sir, madam. It's going to be more of your formal speeches instead of how we speak now, which is going to be more informal. So when we started coming over to America, or when we had everyone migrate to America, we had a lot of people that came over, which were French, Italian, Latin people, and Spanish, and all those languages converged to make the language that we have today, which is going to be American English. This is where we get a lot of our slang from, because we learn a lot of words from Italians, Spaniards, French people, and Latin. That's why we have a lot of Latin background and a lot of German words in our background. Even some Russian. We don't use the symbols as much as Russian people do, but that's how we speak in our tones, and that's how we differentiate. And this is going to be per Britannica. Some of the reasons that we have complications with learning this language, or people who have this as their second language, is because of inflections and uninflected words. So you have a normal sentence always has to have a noun and an adjective in it, but when we speak, we don't have inflected adjectives. So what I mean by that is when you say the tall man or the tall woman, tall is your adjective. You never change this. It just stays right here in the ball and it doesn't change. But when you're speaking in Spanish, you're going to say el hombre alto, and then you'll say la mujer alta for woman, where alta and alto are going to be the changes in the adjective. So it's really hard to understand sentences when you don't have an adjective that changes because of that. The next thing is that we do flip our nouns and adjectives all the way around. We do circles, we juggle the nouns and adjectives together and kind of make weird sentences from them. So when you're coming over here from different countries, it's a lot harder to understand the concept of these sentences. So today in my speech, we talked about where the language came from and why is it so difficult to understand. That's all I got.